bat their second innings on this final day of the match. There is a great sight once again as the guard of honour is formed with some dancers. We've got some school children waving some flags. It's a brilliant sight out there as Hassan Azad brought into the team as a result of presumably Rohit Sharma's. It's all sort of with Pujara coming into the Indian side, having been in the Leicestershire side for the first 3 days as a result of Rohit Sharma's positive COVID test. Hassan Azad is on his way, and delighted to say that joining us, Richard Ray will be with us later, but he is just drying himself off after being in the pool in Rutland. Kicks up his heels, Siraj, and there's the cut, and that's 4. That's a nice shot. He's waited for the bad ball. We spoke about Azad being able to let the bowler come.
Oh,
that's just guided behind the man at backward point that's going to rush away for 4. He's moving across his stumps, Azad, isn't he? Which is, I don't know how unusual that is.
Hashtag Leivind. In goes Siraj and bowls short, whipped away by Gill. We can definitely say he has fully recovered. In fact, he did more than whip it away. Slight, maybe top edge as well, but he used the pace really nicely and helped it on its way. But there was on his own covering all the spin options that we need, essentially. That's the only question that may be in their minds, probably. In goes Bumrah, bowls down the leg side, helped neatly on its way by Gill, unfussily, carefully, cleverly and decisively for 4. Down to the leg spinning all-rounder.
Oh, whilst outside off stump, there's a nick on that, is there? The Indian players are celebrating and the umpire's finger goes up. Well, Azad is not happy with that by the looks of things. He stood
onto the legs of Shubman Gill, who works it nicely through mid-wicket. Then he hesitates for a second because perhaps he thought that mid-wicket was going to get to that one. In fact, it was well wide, and once
probably more likely to be Harry Hill. Thacker will continue, and that hits the pads, and that might run away for 4. There's a big chase on, and that beats the fielder. I think it's Siraj down here, and yeah, it is, isn't it? That's a nice shot. Pushed down the ground. Didn't need to push at it too much. And it's going to run away. It's going to beat the fielder, who I think takes the sensible decision, as you were saying. It's nicely driven. He's on top of that, Gill. Oh, it's misfielded. Rushes away for 4. I could hear the oohs and the ahs from the crowd.
As that goes nowhere. It doesn't really... Yes, sometimes that's important in terms of sort of absorbing overs or
That's nicely played that time, and that's going to rush away for 4. It was a poor ball.
And a deep mid-wicket. Ashwin tosses that one up, and he is slog swept out towards deep mid-wicket, and he is dropped, and it runs over the ropes down there. I think he got his 2 hands under. Is in. Gill is down the wicket again. He is lofting it again. This time he has hit it rather wider and rather further as well. Bounces in front of the advertising hoardings and then over them.
Wagner looks very, very good. Oh, that's uppish. He'll get 4 for it, but it wasn't convincing from Evans at all. That has been the story of his innings so far. It's nicely driven, just over pitched.
50.
It's going to rush away for 4. That's Gill's 50. It's come off 68 deliveries, 5 fours. Perfect. It's a prime example of it.
Yep.
Through the covers, finding the gap, waiting for the bad ball from Siraj, who again was just probably a foot too over pitched.
One more delivery in the over. Bowls, tosses it right up, lifted over to deep backward square and straight into his hands by Shubman Gill. Well, would you believe it? Last ball before lunch. Perhaps he'd been told you were back if you're in, you're back the morning. And the very last ball, he went down on one knee, tried to slog sweep Ashwin, picked it up, but straight in to the hands. I think it's stronger than it might have been. Then should be stumped, is stumped. Evans, he went dancing down the pitch tried to work it away down the leg side. It may have just turned a bit down the leg side. Either way, he missed it. It was taken by KS Bharat, and Evans looked back. Might just be holding in the wind as well. In he goes and bowls slightly quicker and flatter and forced off the back foot by Vihari. Past extra cover, should go all the way. It is, although he didn't overhit it, didn't really punch it. It's blowing in the wind. It's almost a quiff. And he did this when he bowled previously, had these 2 short extra covers in. Louis Kimber faces as Jadeja goes in, bowls slightly wide, and Kimber just reaches out, big tall man, and punches it away through the offside. And it was always going to be 4 pretty much from the moment.
Crazy quiff, that.
He is in and bowls down the wicket goes Vihari and lofts him over. Oh, long off for 6, scattering some of those in the Leicestershire dugout. Hit.
And that's a nice drive from Kimber, 4 runs. He's a big, tall man, gets a big stride in when he's going to drive. It's Krishna, big, tall man, comes in, and that's flashed away. Not overly convinced by the stroke, but it was probably went finer than he first thought.
To lose, haven't you, if you get out early? Or
Kimber playing behind square again on the offside. This time he's getting on top of the shots. He looks.
He goes again. Kimber goes back and forces out into the offside, and he's got it through. He's got it through. Nice piece of placement through point, and although the fielder pursues with, it's been a innings of some application from Vihari. Not really spiced with anything too much. He tries to play that one into the leg side. He's gone. He has gone. It came off the pad mainly. Top of the pad looped up high, and KS Bharat reaching up behind
because
it.
of the weather outside. As Kimber drives and gets 4 for it. Overpitched, and you can't. That's exactly the wrong ball to bowl for the field they have, which has a gap.
Yeah, and foreign play and players from abroad.
That's a lovely shot, clipped through the leg side. For 4 runs, you gotta have just... I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, but the ball was always going to win that fight, actually, wasn't it? Out with the mid... Goodness me. You had to have balls driven down the ground. It's a glorious shot. And there's 50 for Louis Kimber. He started off looking a little bit all at sea against a quality attack. But in all honesty, I think it was the moment where he got hit in the head that really sort of shot.
People come running out from their homes and go running back in, clutching ice creams.
You'd have to continue. Oh, a big swing. He's missed that. And it runs away.
Thakur is in, bowls whipped away stylishly by Joey Everson. Off his legs down to deep backward square for 4. Real flourish about that one. And whatever the right...